gonna be a over the road.
I don't think I got that in me. You know what though? I would like to be over the road and like just sit back, relax, listen to a podcast, go, but not right now.
Yeah, hammer down.
When if it was like if my kids
Keep
were like
them.
18, if my kids were like 18, 19, then yeah.
Keep the pedal to the floor. I got your back door.
Yeah, hi there, good buddy.
Put on that PPT
What is
podcast.
up, my man?
No,
First
he
one in the
wouldn't
queue.
We got original Canuck.
First one in the queue. Was glad to met up with you over the weekend there, bud. That was good timing. What is up, Brandon Powerstrokes? Skidoo. What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm trying. Where's my window? There we go. Get everything back in line. What is up, everybody? BP Brian Chop 50. What up? What up? We got some things we're going to talk about tonight. Most important is the banks. I'm waiting for him to pop up. There he is. What's up? This live stream is sponsored by Zeekster. Everybody give a big shout out to Zeekster in the comments. He, bless his heart, has provided some of the things we're going to talk about tonight. One being the iDash. I saw you guys respond to that in the short. Vince, what up? What up? Grandpa? Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to share us. Bill Beckett, what's up, buddy? Hope you're well. We might be hearing from Ford Boss Me in a little bit. There was a new SSM. What up, Mark? A new SSM for the fuel pump. Thump. The thump. I had a video. If you guys go to my playlist for 6.7 fuel systems, you'll see the 2020 was a burgundy, red, burgundy, maybe just red, 350, and I showed you guys how to take the fuel tank down and replace that pump, and I was able to get you right next to the tank, and you could hear the buzzing, just the weird noise that was going on. So they've actually got a new pump released for the different wheelbases. All of them are going to have different pumps, even the aft axle 40 gallon tanks. What's up, Tom? And then some limitless stuff. We got some good stuff we did over the weekend. If you guys were with us last week, I was live in his shop. Pretty cool. I got to check out a 6.4 over my right shoulder that he had actually done up, frame off, powder coat, everything. It was if you guys go to Hammer Down, was able to meet up with him, Hammer Down Motorsports. If you go over to his channel, oh, there he is, right there. Boom! Talk about perfect timing. There he is. He just released a video showing how to do. I did some forescan stuff for him, but he also showed that huge truck that I was talking about. So that was. I hear the music playing right now. I'm going to start singing. That was so loud. It was awesome. Who do we got else on here? Hello, getting 600 plus miles out of a 29 gallon tank, 19 F250 6.7. Hey man, you're doing something right, man. You're doing something right. That's good. That's good. Let's talk about that fuel pump. Anybody with a 2020 through a 2022, I'm going to pull the FMC dealer tab out. Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this right. All right, so if you guys want to kind of, I'll try to talk slow so you guys can understand what I'm saying. So figure out, you need to know what wheelbase you have. We have 4 different wheelbases. We have 142, 148, 160, that's me, and 164. So it goes on to say Ford Super Duty pickup vehicles equipped with a 6.7 built on or before September 23rd of 21. They may exhibit a thump, whine, which is kind of the noise I was showing you guys in my video, a knock noise from the fuel tank at idle or during key on, engine off, after performing TSB 21-2057, which was a recalibration to the PCM. Says this noise may be more pronounced at fuel levels at or below a quarter tank, which I will say mine is definitely has that noise. This may be due to the fuel pump. To correct an addition, replace the fuel pump and sender assembly with service part. Now, this is going to be the determining factor on your wheelbase. So if you have the 160 or 164-inch wheelbase and a midship tank, you're going to use Henry Charlie 3 Zebra, 9 Henry 307, Apple Robert. Now, if you have a 142 or a 148, you're going to be using Henry Charlie 3 Zebra, 9 Henry 307, Apple Queen. And lastly, for the dudes that have the aft axle 40-gallon tank, their part number, the Henry Charlie's the same, the 9 Henry's the same, the suffix is Apple Sam. So if you guys are exhibiting those, it would be worthwhile to maybe go talk with your dealer, tell them, you know, the information that you're aware of and your concern, and that there is an updated fuel pump available. And, you know, I probably should reach out to my customer to see if he's continuing to have the same thing with the fuel pump that I put in, because I guess technically, I don't know if it would be new level fuel pump, because that would have been old stock, so to speak. So info there for you guys. Kind of important if you're having that. Let's see what some of these comments. Mustang Mach-E GT costs $300 for the first year of driving, 11,000 miles, same as a tank full, and the other. True that.
I don't know if that's 100% accurate, because if you're going DC fast charging, that's going to cost a lot more.
Mm-hmm. What's this guy say?
Just remember
My-
on the Mach-E's, if you see 300 miles till E on that window sticker, that is the maximum amount of miles you're going to get out of it. It could be less, depending on your driving habits.
I need to actually get down and actually drive one.
Supposedly they're rocket ships.
I think I was a passenger. Was it the Bronco? No, I think I was a passenger, but I wasn't in the nice Mach-E. What's up? Fuel question: is 11 miles a gallon normal for a 2016 6.7? I mean, that seems a little low, but I mean, you kind of get what you get. There's a lot of things that affect fuel economy. If you check out my fuel mileage vid, I believe that truck was getting like 15 or 16. There's a lot of things that are gonna be a variable in determining fuel economy. So check that out. I might answer a lot of your questions in that video. We go over a lot of stuff. I was actually able to drive the vehicle with the computer hooked up, and you can see the live data. William G, I appreciate you, man. Glad to help you. 1850. I have to run premium in it, or I will get spark knock. I've heard that the issue is a problem in the intake. How can I explain this to the dealer so that I don't get that's normal in quotes. Brian, what
Because
up?
it is normal.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
They're designed to run off premium, but they can run lower grade fuels. You'll get knock if you don't. It is what it is.
It's
It's right in your owner's manual, by the way.
is I wonder how many miles you have on it.
Ask hotline.
On my way back home to Michigan to pick up my new F450 Limited. Want to
Nice.
bring it down to you, A-Rod. I live 2 hours north. Where you at, man? Let's bring it through. Bring it through. Speaking of EVs, I just took the brand new F-150 Lightning webinar. Pretty interesting. Gonna have to get used to a frunk, but the capabilities of the vehicle, I guess I'd have to drive it. You can't really tell until you get in it, right? Till you actually smash that pedal down in Standish, huh? Okay. Hit me up in the email, and we'll see if we can do something. 55K on that F-150 5.0. Interesting.
What year is it?
An 18. Yeah, I don't get too much of the F-150s. Those usually go down to the main dealer. Get a lot of the Eco Boost, those. I mean, those are in a lot of the fleet vehicles. I wonder if your PCM's at the latest calibration. For shits and giggles. Skidoo, let's do it. So while we were at Limitless last week, we were able to, I made a short letting you guys know. So I mean, there's a lot of guys that don't like cab lights. There's a lot of guys that do like cab lights. If you have a DRW, you're gonna have them regardless, unless you customly order it without them. But there is a way Limitless has got you guys set up where not only if you don't have the LEDs on the front of the truck to add the flashing strobe effects with the modules that we install, your DRW dually flares have LED red and yellow. You can add, but if you are a DRW, you have the 3 light strip above the license plate, which the kit is on his website, and the mirror spots. So you already have some existing LEDs that you can work with and strobe. So the kit he's got currently that we filmed was the cab lights, installing the strobe module, accessing that, all that equipment. Really simple if you guys are adding lights and doing who knows what. I see a lot of you guys send me pictures of speakers you guys put in, or lights. So a lot of you guys are putting the lights, the pod lights. I think Cody's put a set on a viewer's truck.
Yep.
Reelan, I think we still got to do yours actually. It's been a minute. I still got your harness. I'm looking at it right up here in the box. I still got it. A lot of lighting stuff, and it's real important when you're doing with lighting, and DS will know for being in the plow and doing the lights where he's got on his running boards. You can check out his videos where you got to have good connections, because the salt, dude, we got communication wires going through all this stuff. Most of you guys out there with the trucks have Bliss. Those are MS cans going back there. That's communication networks, and if they short out, what do we got? We got weird ABS lights coming on. This is the one I had. ABS light was coming on when you would come to a complete stop. But when you would take off from a light, the airbag light, the airbag light would go off.
Wow.
So yeah, I wound up finding water in back of one of those connections. If you guys remember Ford Boss, we were talking about it here on the live stream one day when we had the meetup at the shop. We were showing guys the connections on the inside of the trailer hitch, passenger side. You got a black connector and a gray connector. If you guys pull that apart and look, that is really susceptible to getting water in there. And if you guys put some dielectric grease or some electrical um, contact cleaner and then put some grease in it, it would help with issues because MS can go through there, and a lot of glitchy crap can happen when you start introducing water to the communication circuits. What did you guys think about with the water in the sill? We talked about it last week. What do you think goes through there? We got the RCM wiring.
Oh, shit.
RCM is HS can, not MS can. Bliss, that's not important. ABS, PCM, trans, RCM, that information we need now. HS can. We got high speed data. And if that stuff shorts out, we're taking down trucks not starting. Or we got half power going to a module. Something's happening and it's not, and then it's doing it. It's not. Really weird stuff, man. I think electrical can be kind of intimidating for some guys, but my biggest thing was trying to analogy it to water in a pipe. And once I made that connection mentally, it was able for me, it was a lot easier for me to decipher, I guess, in my head what I was looking at, and it just got easier over time. But we got to have good connections because it makes, man, headaches. Kids, bedtime ran late tonight. Come on. Cab lights forever. That's what's up. I'm telling you. I was the one on your live at Limitless asking about the pedal monster for my new 450. Okay. What's this TSB, Cody?
Where?
14-0113. I'm sorry, 14-0138.
Doesn't sound like one, but look.
David, what up? 21450 goes into sleep mode often within 2 days of last use. Normal? What do you mean by sleep mode? Are you talking about the Ford Pass?
That is an old TSB. And all it is a PCM reflash for P054F idle control system. Fuel quality higher than expected.
RFS Outdoors, I don't think Nav TV is for the 22s just yet. Zeekster, are you still out there? My main man, my man of the hour, the sponsored man. Let's talk about this fun stuff. Where are you at? I like this. As soon as I open it, right? I don't know if you guys have ever opened any of the bank's products, but this is funny. Check this out. Remove in red before dealer visit. No. I thought that was pretty funny. Before taking your vehicle in for the dealer visit, be sure to remove your pedal monster. Ah, there he is. I like how it's packaged. Looks pretty cool. It's all in foam. So this is the pedal monster. I don't know a whole lot about it except for the customers that have it on their truck, which 2 of them I've driven. They both like them. And I've been getting a lot of feedback from you guys talking about having the Derringer and this, a combo, the iDash, what you guys, just your thoughts and experiences on it. So it was pretty cool to hear all that. So right here we have pedal monster. This is the module. See if I can show you guys. It's not very big. Almost as thick as a deck of cards. And on the end of it is two connections. One for the accelerator pedal. So what you're going to do is you're going to unplug the accelerator pedal. You're going to plug this into the accelerator pedal, and then you're going to plug the stock harness into this. So this is the pretend accelerator pedal. You're going to plug that in. And you either are going to have an app on your phone, or you are going to have what you can add on is the iDash. And this is a Banks gauge. You guys can have just this. I really like their cables, by the way. They're like all flat, so it seems like it'd be, it's really nice to run in a crevice or a weather stripping, or something not bulgy. But this is what plugs into the OBD. So you'll plug that into the back of the gauge, and then you plug your pedal monster module into the gauge, and then you can control the output. I think one guy was saying, Louis, what did he say? He was running in sport. I have some research still to do. I will be reaching out to Zekester, because he has some real specific stuff pulled up on his gauge that I'd like to. I think actually he sent me an email. I'll have to go over his little screenshot he sent me. But the pedal monster, I'm kind of excited to see. I only drove it around the parking lot. I didn't really give it a fair, on the road drive. The customer's truck, I had just did the oil change. I was like, well, let me zip down the road real quick and, just, see I didn't get to go in traffic. Zekester says you can do app and or phone for pedal monster. This guy knows what's up. He actually has a double gauge. So in order to, you can put that in any kind of mount you want. If you got a pod gauge, for your A pillar, or you can get the single gauge pod from Banks. It's a little suction cup mount. And I think Louis said he had a double mount, which is kind of like Zekster's. It's a, double mount. Here's the dash, the instrument cluster double mount. Here's the grab handle, kind of two right here. Look pretty slick. Look pretty sick. So we're gonna go over that. It's gonna be a good install. Definitely excited. Can't get this thing back in here. I'm really anxious to see the iDash. And remember we were talking about the need for monitoring EGTs. A lot of hotshot guys I know, especially when they're pulling 15K, 20K, going up a steep grade, EGTs, turbo, we gotta watch that.
Torque Pro.
Actually, that just reminded me, somebody just commented on the video we made of your truck, and he was like, so you got a Bluetooth interface and screen mirrored to the radio?
No.
Did we say that in the video? I'm like, I clearly think we showed what we were using in your truck, which worked just lovely. What Cody has, I think he have it right here next to him. Got it.
I got a couple of them.
Where's the Think Diag? Right there. Just picked up a Think Diag. I actually just used that last night to pull a 6.0 Diag. The short I made last night, the 336 DTC and the 6.0, was able to use my phone, data stream, did power balance, relative compression. I mean, like, what else? I have it all on my phone. And you could have it all in this pod from Banks, the iDash. I'm really excited to use this. And looking at the website, there's a lot of customizations you can do with colors, the backgrounds, changing it to night, day. Definitely excited for that. I'm going to do an install video. I'm curious to see, besides this mount, Zeekster's mount that he has shown me, and Louis, which I'm assuming he's probably got the same one. What other mount are you guys using? Do you guys actually change out the whole A pillar? You guys got some other sort of configuration? You guys got maybe something like DS using the built right configuration? I don't know. I'd be up for ideas where you guys got. I thought the video I keep thinking about is the subwoofer one. You guys had a lot of great ideas with talking about your sub configuration, what kind of box you got, what amp. You guys got a lot of good info. I haven't opened any of this stuff up. Let's see what's in this. Man, come on, who reads instructions, right? I have the full bank system on my 2017, this guy says. What do you guys think about the Derringer? I think Workplay TV had that on his 19 he got rid of or something, I think. That white one.
Yeah, I think he did.
Let's see, I had a P069 code causing boost to max. It interfaces with the map and baro senses. Okay. Diag, the bank system, and the Derringer module was at fault. Bank sent new Derringer. I use a dual pillar with the 2 iDashes. Very nice. Very nice. So I'm assuming their customer service is pleasant to work with. I haven't had the experience, so I'm 5 different pages and up to 8 things on each page. Bro, come on. Brian, A-Rod, when you make that video, can you also show the other gauge confirmations you just mentioned? What do you mean, gauge confirmations?
I think it meant configurations.
Oh, configurations? Oh, yes. Yes. And I kick myself in the ass, and I keep procrastinating, and I feel bad. I just got to find time. I need to do the 4scan video.
Yeah. You need to do a field system GSB and a DEF GSB video.
There's a lot of stuff. Real good customer service. Customer service is great. They haven't let me down. Got Derringer, works real good. I am running built right with a plug adapter up there and hardwired plug stuff in there. Very good. Yeah, that's what DS did. Okay, they
Yeah.
actually got some stuff here that's actually worthwhile talking about. I just saw something that tickled my fancy. Let's see. Okay, new products. Banks Ram Air. I have actually never seen. Oh, that's for a Jeep. Never mind. See ya. Okay. Gas and diesel. Okay, here's a Derringer. Okay. Pedal Monster. Okay, so here's the app on the phone if you guys are kind of wondering what that would look like. So if you don't have the iDash, you can use something like this. This is what I remember the customer I had when I was changing his oil. And yep, see how you can go into sport. So there's different things you can pick. Wow, that's awkward. And the big thing Zeekster mentioned to me that I think is real important to note, when you have the pedal monster installed, when you go in reverse, this always reverts back to stock. If you have reverse, I'm sorry, why am I saying if you have reverse? You have reverse, duh.
I
You're
know
not-
if you ever.
Yeah, the accelerator input you have while not in reverse using this is going to be in stock when you go in reverse. So there's nothing, you're not going to have any wishy-washy stuff. And if anything ever happens to this, it will go back to stock. It bypasses itself. So I mean, peace of mind, I guess, so to speak. I haven't had anything plugged into the OBD. I don't like having stuff plugged into the OBD, but I'm definitely willing to give it a try, just based on the fact right now I'm liking the quality of the components. And Banks is real reputable. I've heard nothing but good stuff with you guys talking in the chat, in the comments. A lot of you guys said you got the Derringer 4-channel thermocouple, 4-channel analog. DS, Daddy Diesel talking to you.
What's up, Daddy Diesel? What's he saying?
Daddy Diesel saying, DS, how's the CDL class? Question mark.
It's tough. It's definitely tough. Tons of homework, man.
MGT, that's great. That's good stuff. You know what I wouldn't mind doing? I'm not really into the red, but you know how the 20s have the cast aluminum intakes? I would not mind swapping out a different intake. I wouldn't mind a hot side pipe, cold side pipe. Would you guys change your intake out? I mean, I don't know.
That would require a certain thing.
I really think the plastic lower is kind of stupid. Like how that all like configures. If you guys remember the SNS kit I put on that 2020 and looking at the intake and how the upper intake and the lower intake like have to come out together, and then you said, I don't know, it's just really weird.
Do you think they both should be metal?
Well, no. I think how, I mean, maybe they did it for like resonance and acoustics, but I think they could have redesigned the lower intake a little. I thought the 11 through 19s were fine. You could take the upper off, no problem. And then you could take the lower, but you can't take the upper off the 20s. You got to take the lower and the upper off as an assembly. And then you got the cowl. So you're like trying to, it's just a real pain. I think it could be better.
Oh, okay, I got you.
This guy, oh man, I have the Pedal Monster, Ram Air, Derringer, and 2 iDash pods. Damn, boy, on my 2019 450. Ran from Chicago to Florida and back with my 20K toy hauler. Awesome. Dang, I like. That's some weight. You working. I was wondering if the aluminum intake would swap with the plastic. No.
You'd have to do both.
You'd have to do both. Unless you went aftermarket, which I like the aftermarket only for, I like the turbo run right to the turbocharger. Like it's just tube, air filter, tube, turbo inlet. It's not going through no intake. And then I like the trucks that have the aluminum intake. I mean, what's that one? Is it called MPD or Pusher or something? I don't know. They were all colored. I mean, it looked pretty slick. It was like Kawasaki green, tubes right to the valve covers, green. Oh man, it looked. I'm sure it was probably $1,200, $1,300, $1,500. It looked badass though.
Sounds like it could get expensive really quick.
Yeah. Zeekster, he's chiming in. If the dealer needs to use the OBD2, just unplug bank stuff and put it back after the dealer is done. So you're telling me all I got to do is just tell that bozo who's going to work on my truck just to unplug from the OBD. I can do that. I can do that. That's Pusher. Yeah, I think it was Pusher. They're the ones that had the colors and stuff on it. Anxiously waiting the 2020 Banks products to come out. He says he ran, this is the guy who went to Florida, ran the Derringer on stock mode most of the time for fuel economy, dialed it up to 6 for getting onto the highway and up the hills, otherwise just burning more fuel when not necessary. Now I wonder how the Derringer had, I don't know a whole lot about that. I haven't got to it here in the book. I wonder how that would affect the truck going into Regen. Are you guys seeing, do you have OCR, not OCR, but the DPF percentage filter pulled up on your iDash or the soot level? Are you monitoring that and it's still going to Regen every 300, 400 miles? Now, Zeekster did say he put on his 6.7. I don't know if the tip was the same, but he went from the DPF back. Oh, here comes the boss. We're getting boss. We're getting boss. He likes his exhaust is 5-inch back. So different. I saw in your video, I don't know if it was your video, your TikTok, something you were in, and I saw that hat. I like that purple. That looks pretty dope. Must be nice to have a Mac, man.
Sure is.
I'm gonna have to UPS my tools to this mug and have turn my stuff in for me.
What up, Ford boss? Good to see you.
Oh, what you doing?
Ground down the side of the head with like 80 grit, and then I painted it. I used the True Bar and I flattened out the outside of the head where it meets the exhaust manifold, and now I'm putting these long tube headers in.
Okay.
Made me a little special header tool because you cannot get in here.
What are we working on, that Dodge?
Yeah, it's got the new trans and everything in it now.
I was about to say, you probably can't get shit in there for tools.
No, you have to like little turn by turn by. I mean, it's
I
ridiculous.
hate headers with a passion.
Yeah, putting mine on my my 5.3 here. I think one had to go in from the top, or maybe did they
This
both
one.
go from it? It was really messed up.
I had to heat up right here to get it to clear, and I'm probably going to have to heat up just a little bit more down here on the bottom. Yeah. I said to hell with it all.
A little engine roll will fix that.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
it's
I
gonna
thought
sound
about-
cool.
I thought about actually getting it like cherry hot and then actually revving it up a few times and letting it beat into the damn frame where exactly where it has to go. Send it.
Get it cherry, then just put a pry bar on it.
Yeah. I got all new stainless steel brake lines for it and everything.
Wow, you're really giving this Dodge some love.
Welcome
yeah,
to the party, boss. Yeah.
Sorry, I got consumed with this, and I know if I don't focus on it, then
Oh no, you good, man. You gotta take care of business.
you see
We
my
just-
my F-150 video from today.
No, I didn't.
Dude was he's been to 2 other shops, spent over $1,600 at one shop alone, and they couldn't figure out why after this vehicle sat for 3 or 4 weeks, he came back to start it and it had a long crank, and then he had to put his foot to the floor to get it to clear out. And then it started, but it's been doing it ever since. It's been running real rich. His fuel mileage is gone. And he takes it to a shop. They couldn't fix it after he spent a bunch of money. Then he took it to an independent shop, spent over $1,600, fuel pump driver module, fuel pump, all new plugs. I mean, they were just throwing stuff at this thing, brand new mass airflow. And I worked on it for probably about 4 or 5 hours last night, trying to get a feel for everything. The oxygen sensors that they put in, what's going on with it? Why does it say it keeps saying bank 1 and bank 2 stuck rich? and just pegging out. Short term goes to 28.9, drops out immediately because it's so rich and has no reading at all. Long term can't do anything. Short term can't do anything. It's just dumping fuel. What's the problem? Mass airflow. They put a bad mass airflow in the guy's truck. And I was messing around today, and I'm thinking to myself, well, wait a second. Let me think about this here. What are some things that can cause a vehicle to just on start just flood like that completely and not even start right? Elongated crank. You could have leaking injectors. So I do an injector leak down, no leak, no nothing at all. Then, okay, maybe biased O2s. I don't know. I mean, maybe it wouldn't be that bad, but maybe. So that's not the case. They're brand new, and I compared them to the same ones that we have in the parts department. Unless we're getting crappy O2s, it's probably not it. And immediately, with no delay, no nothing, just peg right out. And then I'm thinking, mass airflow, but it's changed. It's brand new. Do we have clogged cats, or do we have like a filter or something up here that's just wide open? I don't know. So I'm thinking about it, and I'm looking at my little think diag right here on my phone.
Yeah.
I laid it right here on my box, and I'm just like this, frustrated. And I'm looking down at the think diag as it's running, and I got fuel trims for upstream, downstream, short term, long term. I got my flex fuel inferred, and I'm looking at it. Damn, man, I got to go back and check all this work that these guys did just to make sure that they did the right job. I started doing it last night, but I didn't really think I would have to go pull everything apart that they did. So what's this one simplest thing right now that I could do without having to jack the vehicle back up and take everything apart? Oh, the old mass airflow's in the box inside the truck. So I was like, oh, the old dusty mass airflow. I'll come out here, unplug the mass airflow. It wasn't showing to be any bad reading or anything on it. Shoved the new one in, hook it back in, and I'm standing here frustrated. And after about 30 seconds, I looked down at my phone and I was like, wait a second. Short term, long term, O2 sensors, we're coming back into range. Flex fuel's changing. All of a sudden, it went from 83.13 down to 62, down to 50, down to 45. And then by the time it was all said and done, I'm out driving the vehicle, pull it all the way back down into the 20s and stuff like that. Everything cleared and everything was like new. They put the problem into the truck.
Those
just by a fluke, the mass airflow, a new mass airflow sensor was bad. Was it a Ford part or?
Yeah, but you know how you can get the knockoff ones or whatever. Like if I've talked about this before, and everybody's like, oh, Ford Tech make you loco, talk about it too. And I'm like, man, I talked about this. Anyway.
They're ordering them on Amazon and stuff like that, right?
Right. And a lot of them don't have the authentic labeling up here with like the blue stripe underneath it or the perforated holes in the bottom of it. You can't, sometimes they're so good, you can't even tell that it's a knockoff. So that's why if you don't know the supplier, just go to the dealer and get it.
That's how I am with those fuel filters. I don't trust Amazon, and I don't know if they're knockoffs or not, but I'm not messing with those fuel filters. Any of that stuff is cheaper. I'll just go to the dealer.
The filters and stuff like that typically aren't knockoff because they buy them in bulk. They buy them like thousands at a time, and they get them dirt cheap. As we're like me or you, we have to go pay $8, $9, $10, $12. They're buying them at $1 or $2 a piece and selling them for $13 a piece. So they're just buying in mass quantity like that. I haven't found a fake Fram or anything yet, but I also can't say that I really know.
Well, I mean, those diesel fuel filters, though, I don't know if I trust Amazon for those.
Yeah, I mean, just going to the dealer's best. The dealer or finding a supplier you trust, like Rock Auto or something like that.
Granddaddy Vince. You tell your wife to go to Target, or the next time she puts in her Target order, you want her to pick you up some Monster Trail Mix, because it's the whip. You got to have some Greeno to go along with it.
I love that stuff, man. That Pellegrino.
Oh, it's my favorite. I like it when it's ice.
Hell yeah.
Ice.
Stuff will make your toes curl, man.
Woo, it's got some bite. And I like Barks. Barks got bite. But this Pellegrino, boy.
Oh yeah,
Makes your toes curl.
it'll make your
I got-
toes curl, man.
I got fuel and oil filters hammered down. Says I had to order them. I was shocked they didn't have any in stock. Try getting an air filter. Good luck. I'm going to actually talk about an email. I just remembered I had somebody emailed me earlier today. I thought it was a good question. Guy's name's Michael. He said he's got a 2019 F350. Currently, when the DPF gets to 100%, I take it out on the highway and I drive it until the DPF goes back to 0. Monitor with Banks, I-dash, he has in parentheses. Do I have to do it that way all the time? Question mark. Can I drive it like normal and then wait for the drive to clean message? I want to make sure the whole system lasts as long as possible. How do you take care of yours? Which method is better for longevity and health of the system? Thanks for the info you keep putting out. Greatly appreciate it. Michael. I am usually seeing when I'm looking at regens and the info that I compile from all you guys, between 350 and 425 miles is usually where I'm seeing regen happen. I'm going to obviously respond to him in an email, but for the sake of argument, I think everybody wants to know that particular thing as well. And what I keep telling you guys, one gentleman had just said in the comments, he drives it, like a grandpa. Where was that? He drives it like a grandpa. That, although you may be mentally thinking you're taking it easy on your truck, you got to understand some things. And I want everybody to listen to me really, really closely. And I want you to be really quiet. I don't want you to wake up, DS. Oh, he just woke up. He knew we was talking about him. The 6.7s, they love heat. They love heat. We got to do heat. Heat. We can't make heat if we're not driving it. And I'm not saying drive it like you stole it, but you got to get out and blow them carbons out. Get on it. You see a car? Maybe you don't want to be behind the car all the time. Get out and pass it. Hit that turn signal and pass it. Blow them out. It's really important, and it's crucial to keeping the filter. And like I was talking to Hammerdown's video, the biggest thing is having it start and then you stop and cancel it, interrupt it. Turn that auto regen. Use that other setting, that auto regen. Click that checkbox on and off. You know it's going to start when it gets to 95, 100. You wind up knowing your driving habits. You wind up knowing your truck. You can stop it from starting and reinitiate it once you get back on the road. Smash that skinny pedal to the mirror shake. See? I'm seeing 0% on DPF percentage, pretty much every tank of fuel, which jives with what A-Rod just said. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
Hell.
I mean, my truck, I don't know, maybe it's different for you guys, but it don't matter how hard I drive it, it still kind of does the same thing as far as DPF. Until I'm towing, then it like does it passive. Like you don't, like you'll look down and it all of a sudden is like doing it on its own without even getting to 100. Like it'll go from out of nowhere. It don't even have to go up to 100. It just starts doing its thing.
I got a question, teacher. I got a question. Will you pick me? Pick me. I want to know, when you guys are towing, do you guys be drinking DEF like crazy? How much DEF do you guys keep on deck? Like, do you keep a jug in the back? Do you not? You always keep it topped off? Do you let it get down and then you top it off? Or do you just continuously, I just keep adding? What's your method for filling DEF? Passive regen, real important right there, boy. That's the key right there. If you can keep your truck in a passive regen state, you're gonna be clean.
I will say too, though, if I the times where I've been working, if I do a static regen and I continue to drive the truck, it will not build back up because it's gotten so hot just from sitting there doing just that process. It keeps that heat because if I keep it running.
Remember, like, what was that? Like, no bullshit. Was that like the second podcast and you were plowing and you actually did a regen in your truck? Remember? You're at like the dentist office and you wound up just doing a regen in your truck. And
I was probably just driving around and I did a regen.
Well, it asked you if you were doing it. You got out and it was, I think it was at 100%. It was like, do you want a clean filter? And you're like, it's right here.
Dude, how goofy are we? Like, we're like, oh, we're doing a regen.
I know, that was a long time ago.
We're doing it.
It was cool because it was.
It was cool, but
This
now
is
in hindsight, dude, that was like, like, who gets excited to do a regen?
Neil shirts. Actually, I do. If you go back, I would say probably about a year, but that's why I make playlists to make it easier for you guys. 6-7 playlist, exhaust, I think is what I titled it. Yeah, exhaust or EGR or something.
I remember it. It's back
Yeah.
there.
The thumbnail is real catchy. It's a 650, 750 exhaust pipe, and I have orange and yellow flame coming out of the tailpipe. And that is where I talked about both the 650, 750 medium duty chassis versus the 250 through 550, what the exhaust looks like, what is passive regen, what is stationary regen, what it is with the scan tool, and what is active regen when the truck is cleaning right now. And
You
it's
can
saying,
also look in this book right above my head
mm-hmm.
and read about it.
Coffee
Everyone
table.
can Google
Coffee table
Ford
book.
coffee table books.
That one for the 6.7, not that the 6.7 is my favorite, but that one is probably my favorite. The Ford team did a really great job constructing the booklet with the annotations and almost what do you call it? I can't think of the word. When you're in an office meeting and you got to do Christ. Anyway, the captions and everything are talking about literally everything on the engine. I invite you guys to check it out. I made a video about it. That was really exciting. I think it was like a half-hour video.
The link. I just put
Oh,
the link
did you?
in the-
Oh, there it is right there. With a bunch of poop emojis.
I told them to read it while they're on the bathroom. I mean, it's
Very
good
interesting.
reading material.
Brazil. iDash can read def tank level. You know what I want to do? I am interested in trying to get So if you got a 20, we now have a 3-wire oil pressure sensor. Okay.
So a scent sensor.
Okay. Cody, what is that?
That is a sensor that's basically a computer. It sends out messages from the sensor to the PCM, so it can measure temperature, temperature, and pressure at the same time.
And if we are
Through
on a
wires.
6.7, where would that said sensor be?
Oil filter housing.
All right. So over on the oil filter housing, we also have something that is called a VDOC. And this is something that's new to the 6.7 circa 2020 model year. It is the variable displacement oil pump. So we can now have low pressure and high pressure. It can vary it. So we got to have another sensor. So now that the PCM can read pressure, what's stopping me from putting the pressure reading on the instrument cluster, just like I can the temps over gauges?
Programming.
Would you guys be interested in having oil pressure over your oil pressure gauge
Might be useful.
on your instrument cluster? 4Scan video, I think, is going to be getting
Did you
closer
figure
and
that?
closer.
Did you do that? I like to have that.
I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of said parameter yet, but I think we might be on something now that we have a 3-wire sensor in the game. That's a big thing right there.
I gotta
because
get that done.
We need to have that reported back to the PCM. I still see poop emojis, which is okay. RFS Outdoor says, I have 115 thou on my 19350 Platy right now and never let my def go below a half tank when towing my 39-foot toy hauler from Michigan to Florida and back. I will go through about 7 gallons of def. She is just drinking it. The more fuel you run through the engine, that's going to create more soot. All that soot gets in the DPF and is going to need to be cleaned out and go through regen and all that stuff. And by golly, the catalyst uses DEF to have that chemical reaction take place. So it's gonna use it.
My DEF follows my oil life and oil change, and I haven't ran out before an oil change. But I've never tried to tow anything across any distance like that.
DeVito. Playing for the Dodgers, man? Where you been, fool? What's up, boys? Heck yeah, heck yeah. I don't drive slow, he says. 17450 Platy, how do I know when I'm in regen? Smell, sound, how the truck's running. And most importantly,
Fuel mileage.
yeah, fuel mileage. But most importantly, we've said it over and over and over again. 4Scan, if not 4Scan, see your dealer. I have operator commanded regen. We were just talking about this with DS right now. I know he's asleep, but he's got a migraine. You got to get the DPF percentage pulled up on your instrument cluster. So now when you're driving, hopefully not with your headlights pointed at the trees because you're loaded so heavy in the back, it'll say 80%. And if you're driving it in a manner where you keep it in passive regen, it'll never say drive to clean exhaust. You'll start to see that 80% turn into 75 and that 75 go down into 60 and so forth and so forth. And you might stop at 20, might stop at 30, might stop at 15. It's all about the parameters and keeping that window, that sweet spot, I guess if you want to call it, and keeping that filter clean. Passive regen, cool. Not gonna have any problems. But like Cody just showed you, can I have the prop back, please? Think Diag. Our prop. You guys can check it out.
Maybe.
Nathan, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much, pal. Oh, that reminds me. I have. Let me put an asterisk by it. Colt 45 wanting to use forescan to update the speedo with 35 tires. Does anyone know the code? I don't know the code, but if you go either to the PCM or the BCM and go to module configuration and scroll down to tire size, go down to T because it's all in alphabetical order, and put in the tire size, it might automatically convert it for you. You might have to find out what the circumference is, because I think right above the tire size might be tire circumference or vice versa below. But you can go on and use a tire calculator and plug in your tire size and then put that circumference into forescan and see if it takes it. Now, if it doesn't take it, you might get a wrench light on with a axle out of limits or something. If you get that, you're gonna have to try to find either the next tire size that's closest or do some math. I don't know what the formula is, but tell the computer you have a different rear end to compensate for the speed change. You have to do something unique if that particular tire size is not in forescan. So just go through, you'll see down in T, and it might even say the tire size is in it. I think you'll have to check it out. Okay, so Nathan, I appreciate you. I want to let all the channel members know there's quite a few of you guys in here. I want to let you guys know you have me in your back pocket. If you guys need anything with your truck, you guys have direct contact with me through the channel, through the email, Ford, aftermarket. You guys got questions, my channel members, whether you're level 1, 2, or 3, you guys got Ford material, Ford help right in your back pocket. I want to make a note of that. I haven't talked about the channel members. I just saw Nathan here hop up to level 3. I want to extend that helpful arm out to all of you channel members and all the other guys here that ask questions. And I respond to most all of you guys' emails, all the silly questions and all the you guys know who you are. I don't waste time with that silly stuff. Forescan forum, that's a good point. Hemney one says, I have never noticed a regen, even with my OBD2 telling me with regen is active or not. Personally, I don't detect any of the things other people see happen. Interesting. I know when mine was in regen, I pulled up in the driveway and you just get that hot metal smell, just stank, especially with the trucks. You know what the most stankest ones are? The transits. They're awful.
Oh.
They smell awful. Oh, wait.
You ready to hear this?
Tell us.
No, I'm gonna start it up and see what this thing sounds like.
Let's do
Blub,
it.
blub, 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 blub. Water buffalo.
I only got one side down though. But I gotta hear it before I go home.
Reelan just posted the code for forescan for 37s. Oh, shoot. That's the wrong one. I can't copy and paste it. Zero 163 space 0 ACC
What cell?
XXXX. Yeah, do you know what cell?
It's gonna get loud.
He's gonna put what cell? Hold on.
Guys, it's late. I'm dying a slow death. I gotta go to bed.
Hit the hay, brother. I appreciate you coming in. Oh, let me, we'll talk about that real quick. DS today was my first telematics control unit ever had to replace in a 6.7. My man couldn't use his Ford Pass app, but we got the TCU fixed and replaced today.
Pretty sweet.
So I hope you can warm your truck while you're drinking your fresh cup of coffee and eating your eggs Benedict. I
Yeah,
hope you have a great slumber.
I will. Have a good night, everybody. See you next time.
Peace out, DS. We lost him. Feeling for leaks. Oh, I see he's rocking the Cyclops. The Cyclops. Peace out, Steve. Hammer down. He's going in the house. Need to get that bathroom out there. That'll be G. Dang, look at that new trans. Dang. All right, here we go. BCM cell 726-12-01. Boom. There you go. Joshua Wolf. There he is. We appreciate you. All you guys. Static regen in the driveway. Change the distance to empty 50 miles. Wow. That's incredible. Night DS. Yeah, DS could not use his Ford Pass app for some time, and his TCU was bricked. And Ford Boss Me and I we've talked about this stuff before, you know, especially with programming and APIMs and this, that, and the other. If you can't complete programming or something happens, man, these modules they don't recover. They'll wind up getting bricked, and that's what actually happened to his. So unfortunately, we had to replace the whole thing. It immediately started working. Had no issues. Ford Pass unlocked the doors, locked the doors, started the truck up, immediately showed oil percentage and how much fuel was in it. So
Very nice.
Reelan, how's your tremor? We haven't talked about your tremor in a minute. How many miles are on it?
6,000 now.
A couple of guys a few weeks ago were asking me about the lift we put on and if the alignment went good and how come I didn't show the spacing between the spring and the control arm or something, or the knuckle. You haven't had any issues driving fine, driving down the road fine, no pulls,
No,
nothing.
everything drive straight down the road. Tire wear's been good. No issues.
Now, if you guys don't know, Ryan Reelan here, he's got a 21 F-150 with a trimmer package. And if you guys didn't see the video, I put front spacer, I don't want to say plates, where they like rubber isolators.
Isolators, yeah.
And lifted the front end up a little bit, did an alignment, everything came out great. The tremors, I really like the tremors, except for the incident once we had with the knee to the step bars, but we got over that.
Yeah. Those step bars, man. I had shorts on one day.
Oh,
Drug my calf down it. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna have to watch those.
oh,
Yeah. And fuel mileage has been pretty decent. Driving in Eco, I've been getting like 19.1, not too bad.
ooh.
Not bad for Nico Boost.
I've been a little bit light on her too. So just change oil, put some AMS oil in it.
Is that what you got in it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I see Ryan Collum was on the phone. Well, everybody, I know some guys just jumped on. I apologize. Ford boss looked like he can be getting wrapped up with this Dodge. A little late comer, but he had some business to take care of. Get this focus on getting this truck done. But I want to thank all you guys for hanging out again tonight. DS, he had to go Sleepy Betty by. That's why we call him Sleepy DS. Channel members, again, extend the arm of helpfulness out to you guys. Daddy Diesels, those step bars will get you though. True that. He knows what every time. That's right. That thing left a good strawberry on my knee for a few weeks too. That hurt. We are still uploading to the mainstream podcast apps, Spotify, Podbeam. Reeland's got them. I think pretty much all uploaded. I gotta get a few more to him. But if you guys can't check us out, Zeekster, there he is right there, our show sponsor. Really excited to get the Banks install videos and get some live footage for you guys. 'Cause I think monitoring stuff, well, that's data's. I mean, that's all me all day. So everybody, you have a good night. I appreciate you. We'll see you. Ford Boss, CP. See.